Yo, how's it going, folks? How are we doing today? Sorry, my dog's gone absolute mental with a bottle. Luna? What are you doing? Calm down, it's just a bottle. Here, come in. Okay, you're running away. You're gonna come in? Okay, you just want to play. Hey, Devastator, thank you for the $2. What the hell did Cesano post? Check reactions, you say? Let's see. First look at Godmother, a horror movie produced by Jacksepticeye and Alana Pierce. Oh no. Oh no. Things have not gone well. Things are not gonna go well. I don't know how well that's gonna go. Your room is currently 27.1 degrees. I don't know what mine is, honestly. I've just got a decentish fan blowing at me, and I've got this crappy fan blowing in my face, which doesn't work. But I just use it because it's powered from my PC. So, we're not going to be showing the GTA 6 leak video because Rockstar are very, very touchy with that sort of stuff. But apparently, not a lot of people are quite happy with it. Apparently, it's going to be 30 frames per second, regardless of the platform. I think we all kind of assumed this. I don't really think anyone out that's not got a smooth, that doesn't have a smooth brain would have known that it's not going to run at 60 FPS. My fan is off at the minute, but I did just order a Mackie solely because I wanted ice cream. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, Ghosty. Nothing wrong with that at all. So how have we been? Now that the Gears servers are offline, Steve can rejoice. How have we been? What have we been playing? I've been playing through Duskfade on stream now that I've finished Beast of Reincarnation. And after that, I'm going to go back to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Wolverine looks bad. I think it has problems. Is YouTube still having problems? Absolutely not, Paris. That is blasphemy. What ridiculousness is this? I mean, they can rip the multiplayer out and put it onto PlayStation. I'm okay with that. But the single player should stay where it is. How you been, Paris? Seeing you having a nice vacation, a nice holiday. Hope it's all going well, man. Everything is boring without Gears to play. Man, by the time I got to level 20, I think I was done with PvP for a while. Although my kid actually tried Gears for the first time. And, man, he was quite impressed. He said it was actually better than it looked. And he's a Valorant style player. Valorant, Overwatch, that sort of player. And so Yeah, he thought it was actually pretty good. I've seen other bigger creators like Astacross playing it. They were impressed with it as well, especially the PvE side, not the PvP side, but the PvE side they really enjoyed. I think they really done a good job with the Siege Horde mode. Nice, Paris. Nice. So, so I'm guessing, Paris, you know what this mysterious game that's been leaking around is going to be? You know, my DMs are always open, my lips are sealed. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Blink once if you can tell me, blink twice if there's someone there and you can't really respond. Opening night live, I'm going to stream, and then if people want me to stream the rest of it, then I can jump on and stream that as well. I mean, they said it's a recent game, right? So, I don't know. I think it could be Halo 2. I mean, we kind of know that Halo 2 is coming, but... So I don't even think it's that one. Like, as long as it's Quantum Break 2, I'm happy. You can at least tell me if it's Quantum Break 2. And if it's not, then my life will be ruined. I'll go join Steve in the Life Sucks section. In less than 2 months, I've gone from just under £5 of credit to just... I think I've now got like 55,000 points. For Microsoft reward points. I'm just letting them build, and as they build, I will then cash them all in and get what I want to get. I'm just going to use that. There are other games that I want to buy that unfortunately isn't available on Xbox, so I'll be looking. But Nate the Hate said recent, right? And that's the part that's kind of got me a bit thinking. Unless he said that to derail. I mean, Hi-Fi Rush 2 was already going to be on Xbox anyway. And we already know that was in development, and part of the deal that was made was that it wouldn't be, you know, the first one was on Game Pass, but the second one wouldn't be restricted. What's going on here? Are you sure the game is Blinks? We just got Blinks. Soul, you say Avowed 2. Didn't they say that was already somewhat in development? Xbox may have 2 more publishing rights for 2 more Sunset games, but Sony has to greenlight it, and Sony won't greenlight it. They've already rejected it once. What makes you think that they're going to accept it now? Sony has to greenlight Sunset Overdrive in order for that game to be made by Insomniac Games. And if anyone else is making it, I don't think it'll work. Ban John Wilder. So many. God damn it, secondary. Bruno, what are you doing? NTE was way better than Ghostwire Tokyo. Hey, NTE is smashing it at the moment. You're enjoying watching. I don't know, man. Sony seems to be going through all sorts of drama at the moment. Whether they like it or not, they've got the boycott coming up. Good luck to them if they think people are going to boycott during Modern Warfare. But that's going to be a decent test-ish. But you've got the GTA developers coming out now saying, please don't boycott during GTA, buy the game. Meanwhile, Microsoft has said, like, do you know what, guys? We are A-okay. We're going to just do our marketing shtick and do what we do best. And, you know. Ooh. McDonald's and Xbox have teamed up with a Xbox themed menu and in-game rewards, custom skins for their games. So, you're ghosty. I guess you ordered a bit too early, but I guess you can always reorder, right? Let's see. There you go, 18. That bug is just flying around me, and I'm gonna end up killing it. Nah, I don't think Vegas is ready. A remastered Vegas? That would be dirty. Especially like this soon. Yeah. And this is Xbox IKEA. This is Xbox IKEA. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be. But that's obvious what it is. That's the D-pad. I guess it's supposed to be an analog stick. They're gonna do like cushions with analogs. I don't know. Oh, look, it's Paris. But yeah, they're going all out now with their advertising. They're really trying to push the brand and get it out there that, hey, we're still about, we still exist. Don't forget about us. So, Rachel, I take it you like NTE? Hey, Ghosty, there's like a million pieces. You're going to have to assemble all of these little jewels on it as well. One by one, you're going to have to super glue every single one. Good for you, Kage. I hope you enjoy it. Hey, Grey Fox. I mean, I've seen their UK branch now doing advertising for Microsoft, and the agency I used to work for, we had a contract with Microsoft where we did their marketing, a huge part of their marketing in the UK, and now, and I remember at the time, their budget got slashed by over 90% for marketing. I mean, even for some of the stuff that they wanted us to do that was with Surface and AI, they couldn't afford to pay us the amount that it actually cost. And we had to, because of our long-standing relationship with them, we basically had to cut corners and give a reduced price. But it looks like now they're getting the marketing budget they need to actually advertise. They just need to make sure it's going in the right places. Me? No, I haven't pre-ordered Wolverine. I don't know, man. Wolverine just... I don't know if you've seen my video on it. I think my video kind of sums it up. But yeah, Microsoft and Xbox and McDonald's are doing a collaboration. You're gonna get like a Master Chief outfit in game, a car voucher for Forza Horizon 5. There's some Candy Crush stuff. There's Diablo items. There's World of Warcraft emote, I think. So you get a bunch of stuff. It's kind of cool. On Wolverine, yeah, went live at 6 o'clock. I put down my opinions on it. I mean, I think it went live, didn't it? Now you got me checking. What are you doing to me? I didn't put the wrong day now, did I? Because that would be kind of funny. No, it's live, it's live. It's definitely live. Let's see. Now they're claiming the PlayStation tax. I do think some of the criticism is kind of crazy, though, for it, right? I think some of the criticism for Wolverine is crazy. Like, people being upset that you can hide in tall grass when that's kind of like being a stealth mechanic for ages. I mean, what did you want him to do? Swing from the treetops. It's a linear game. Halo burgers for 25 cents. That's what they're claiming now. Okay. They're claiming the PlayStation tax. Yorkie. Navy, they're probably going to do it. I'm also seeing more and more people from Japan buying Xboxes, which is weird. I know it's like few and far between, but I'm still seeing them on my social feed where people from Japan are buying Series X's. They're not even going for the Series S. They're going straight for the big boy. Which is kind of cool. What's this? So, this is what we were talking about with Gamescom. I've heard a neat announcement that should be at Gamescom. It's a Microsoft owned IP, but it is made by a studio that's third party. It is not Banjo-Kazooie. I thought it would have been Banjo-Kazooie, honestly. But it's not. Been pushing that to Xbox directly. Oh, don't you dare. Been pushing that to directly, made it very known Japanese devs want to work on games for Xbox, and laid out why they're not, because consoles aren't there. I mean, consoles aren't anyway for the most part. They need to increase supply, but with the RAM shortage, it is kind of difficult. I think they should just take a bunch of them out of their AI data centers. Personally, that would work, right, chat? Take it out of their AI data centers. Oh god, not Redfall 2. I mean, don't get me wrong, I actually enjoyed Redfall 2 playing it with Bruno. He forced me to. And it actually wasn't bad. I mean, it's over here. He says, if what I'm told is accurate, it's not from a Microsoft owned studio, so if they shut down, it won't be due to Microsoft. Because immediately, you know, is it the layoffs? Is it the studio shut down? Like they even give a shit. So it's publishing like Ninja Gaiden. No, it's a Microsoft IP. So third party dev making a game from a Microsoft owned IP. And I think Microsoft should do this more often where if a publisher, you know, if a studio wants to work on a Microsoft IP, give them the license, let them do it. They do all the heavy lifting and you get the benefits. I don't see why they wouldn't do that. Yes, and if I was told correct, release could be this year, but I'm working to confirm that. Jez speculated that it's happening because Jez has heard it as well. Apparently now they're trying to call him out. He said it's heard it from multiple sources. Is it a sequel to something recent, or is it an old IP being revived? The former. So it is a sequel to something recent, which is why I don't think. Obviously, I want it to be Quantum Break 2, but the fact that it's a sequel to something recent, maybe another studio is handling Halo 2 and they finally decided, yo, 343, you kind of suck. We're giving it to someone else. But that's not recent, is it, Navy? Oh god, Bleeding Edge, no. Quantum Break is Xbox One, man. That's like 10 years old. it, I mean, I guess it depends what we call recent. No, isn't it more than that? Isn't it 20 years old? No, it's 10 years old. I think it was released in 2016. That's the problem, Tegan. That's the question. That's the big question because we don't know. When he says sequel to something recent, are we talking recent as in just released in the last couple months, like Halo campaign evolved to Halo 2 campaign evolved? I mean, in music, if we're going back to that, then it could be Quantum Break. And I'm telling you, if Quantum Break 2 gets announced, you guys need to put your volume down. As soon as I see that shit, my mic is going to explode on Night Live. I'm just telling you. I've been hearing Jade Empire too, but man, that's taking recent into a whole new direction. That's giving it a whole new meaning. I mean, Jade Empire was in the early 2000s. If we're going back to Jade Empire, man, that term of recent is damn loose. I mean, Blinks hasn't just released because they just did it backwards compatible, right? Recent this. A new Conquer game? I mean, it could be, I don't know, it could be anything. I'm just excited to see what it is, you know. A lot of people are saying Rise, but then that would also fall down to the same thing as blah 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 blah. Quantum Break 2. What do you mean there's nothing else worth a damn? Quantum Break 2. I think Perfect Dark is gone forever. I don't think she's ever coming back after what they cost Microsoft. Geometry Wars, man. Jesus, we're going old school. I like it. Don't get me wrong. I like it. I like it. Machine Games should make Perfect Dark, but then that. I mean, I think they could do it, but that doesn't work for what we're looking at here. I mean, originally I thought it was Indiana Jones, but then I remembered. Wait a second, that don't work because Machine Games is first party. It's a first party studio. But hey, Final Fantasy VII got leaked to be Revelation got leaked to be playable at Gamescom. So at least 50% of that would work. The other 50% definitely doesn't because it's not a Microsoft IP. But 50% of it could work. A serious answer is Recore 2. Recore isn't that old, right? I mean, I just recently bought it because why not? I think it was like £5 recently when I bought it. Interesting. The Xbox rewards for Game Pass isn't triggering. They're gonna make me lose my reward points. Let's try that one. GoldenEye remake? Guitar Hero, Jesus. I believe it is Tuesday the 27th? The 25th. Next week, today. So, I don't know what time it actually starts. But if it starts later than 8 o'clock, then we will be starting a little bit later-ish. Let me just double check what time it starts, because I actually didn't check that. God, I got too much on my desk. Way too much. 2026. Barely got enough room to move. We have it over here. Let's see. It doesn't actually say on their website what time it actually starts. That's a bit dumb. Why wouldn't you put it on your website what time it starts? Here we go. The pre-show is at 7:30 p.m. The main show starts at 8 p.m. CEST. CEST is 1 hour ahead, or is it 1 hour before UK time? I guess the easiest way to do it is who in chat is in CEST and what time is it right now? Fortnite. I don't do Fortnite, man. What time is it for you, Devastator, right now? This second. Is it 8:16? God damn it. It's 10:16 in CEST? So it's going to be 7 p.m. So not not later. I'm gonna have to start earlier. Hot damn. So I'm probably gonna have to start from like 5:30. What do you mean 3:16 p.m. here? And that doesn't work. It's gonna be 7 my time. Okay. Oh. Man, you guys have got so many different acronyms for so many different things. Just pick one and stick to it. Maybe 2, and that's about it. You don't need any more than that. You know what I'm saying is true. Enjoy, Paul. I am in the UK, but the Gamescom thing is reporting the CEST time only. They're not giving any other time. Because apparently no one else in the world is actually going to want to watch this. Only people in America, so they only cater for American times. Because, you know, it's not a global event after all. It's a regionalized event. But either way, I will definitely be streaming it here, and I'm probably going to be streaming it over at Twitch as well. So I'll be dual streaming it on the day. CEST, I think, is 1 hour ahead of the UK. Based on that information. What? Man United are the best club ever? Man, Paul. You shouldn't be saying nice things like that, especially as a Scouser. It's Ori or Dust? Man, I can't imagine Ori ever being that game. I can't imagine it. After what Mueller actually was saying about Xbox, I can't see it. That guy ripped Xbox apart. I think we can all agree it's going to be Quantum Break 2. You have all of that on Twitch, man. YouTube is just really just lax when it comes to options. I don't really know why. Yeah, but it was a friendly, and who cares about friendlies? They don't even field their first team. And Ruben Amorim sucks. Do you know what? South of Midnight 2 could be it. And it would be a third party studio, technically, because they're no longer owned by Xbox. Can you imagine if it is South of Midnight 2? That would actually be pretty interesting. Nah, they didn't. I didn't see no Andre Kanchelskis, Paul Lentz, Cristiano Ronaldo. I didn't see Mark Hughes. I didn't see Ryan Giggs. At the back, I didn't see Dennis Irwin, Paul Pallister, Gary Pallister, Steve Bruce, Paul Parker. I didn't even see Peter Schmeichel in the back. That is my starting 11. I didn't see any of those, man. So, do you know what? I'll add in Brian Robson in there just for the sake of it. I didn't see any of those. That's not my first team. What they had out there was like some B, C, D, E, F team. Marlon says the new GTA leak looks 60 FPS. From everything that I've heard, I've been looking for it. Now, there's two things. Some people are saying it's AI generated and it's fake. Others are saying it's 30 FPS and it's real. I don't see that game running at 60 FPS above 100, you know, P resolution. There's no amount of upscaling you're gonna do to make that look fine. It's 30. It is 30. It has to be 30. And then the PlayStation 6 and Helix will get a re-release, and the Helix and PS6 release only is going to be the 60 FPS one. And then 3 months after that, they're going to release the complete edition with the one DLC pack that comes with it. And then after that, they're going to do more of that stuff and release another 500 versions of the game over the next 10 years. Evil Within is an Xbox IP. Midtown Madness is another one that's been long forgotten. Yeah, that's long gone. And from what I've seen, they've made... Where is it? Since we're talking about Rockstar. I think I've got it on screen now, yeah. So, they've made 420... By the way, guys, is the background music too loud? Or is it okay? It looks really low for me, but I just need to ask. Is the background music too loud? Or do you want me to just turn it off? It's okay? Cool. It's just something to keep playing in my... to stop the dead silence. GTA 6 has already made 429 million, and honestly, I think it's made the majority of the sales money it was going to make already, which is still a considerable lot at 4.38 million copies sold, right? With pre-orders, so it's already sold 4.38 million. I think that number will rise to about 5-6 million by the time release comes. Don't forget, most of the sales are done within the first 3 days. And pre-orders for this game pretty much is going to be what that is. You've got people like me who are waiting until the end so I can use my Microsoft reward points. Hey, I got no shame in admitting that. I got like almost 60,000 points already. Just another 30,000 and I get GTA 6 for free. I don't even pay for it. Thank you, Microsoft. But PlayStation 5 has 77% of the share, with Xbox having 23%, which kind of makes sense when you compare the amount of consoles available on the market. So that's actually a correctish ratio. Xbox has crossed just 1 million sales. PlayStation 5 hits around 3.3 million. So again, that 1-to-3 ratio is about right, which is where we're at with the consoles sold. Strauss Zelnick stated that more people are pre-ordering the $100 Ultimate Edition because it's the version that gives you the full game, not the partial game, because that's the version I'm getting. I ain't getting no partial game compared to the standard one. I mean, like, who's gonna buy the 81? You want the full experience for a generational game, so you're gonna get the $100 one. Dance Dance Revolution. What are you talking about now, Shinzo? What are you doing to me, Shinzo? You know what? What you need to do is you need to make sure that when they do that Dance Central, or actually do Dance Dance Revolution from Konami, better game, and then you get the dance mat as well, metallic one, and then you're off. What if it's a Vow 2? A Vow 2 is already in development by Obsidian, and they're actually quite far into development. I can't see them, restarting that, or... I mean, they could technically offload it, but then it wouldn't be by someone else entirely. Nah, you ain't ever seen me dancing. That shit ain't happening, man. Hey, Susano, they might run out of digital codes. You never know in this day and age, man. It's like I said, this whole physical push is a bit. I mean, I get why people are complaining that digital game, with Sony going full digital. And, people like their physical games. And I get it, right? I totally get it because there's something quite nice about owning a physical product. I mean, I buy physical games and I don't ever intend to use them. I just like to have them as a collection on my bookcase. But if you look at GTA 6, it proves the point that people you know, genuinely are done with physical. 100% of the sales, the 4.38 million copies pre-ordered of GTA 6, all of this is digital. There's no physical sales here. No one bothered to order this physically. It's all digital. Which I think paints a picture, right? Not one person wanted to pre-order this game physically. They all just, 100% of the pre-orders are digital. Man, Zone of the Enders was sick. I'd love to get a sequel for that game. You think Grand Theft Auto will ever hit 60 frames on solid on old consoles? No. I think what they can do is potentially get it to hit 40 FPS on Xbox and then through VRR with 40 FPS, as long as they can keep it consistent at a minimum of 40, then you can, use VRR to get 120. But I don't see them getting it native 60. Not without reducing the resolution to something like 360 or 240. I don't know, man. Yo, what's going on with Microsoft and reward points? They're not giving me my reward points. I feel betrayed. I'll have a look in a sec, Rabbi. Yeah, mine is just not triggering. It's been weird. Maybe I'll just shut my Xbox down first. What did you send me? Ah, yes, I've already got this. We're gonna play it in a little bit. It's on my thing to check out today on stream. But yeah, so GTA 6 is it's selling well. Although I can't imagine, considering this game costs 1.5 billion, they're actually at a 1 billion loss. I suspect over time they will make their money up, but I don't know, man. That is still a lot of money that they need to make up. You know? No, the pre-orders right now are at 4.38 million. I don't know. This was as of the latest sensor tower. I don't know if I've got access to. Yeah, this is what they have. This document is copyrighted. There's no date here. Oh, August 18th. Last updated on August the 18th, 2026. So that's it. I mean, this is as accurate as you're gonna get. This is up to date as of today. 4.38 million. Yeah, but they're not gonna be that way off, you know? Sensor Tower is actually generally quite reliable. But at the same time, Strauss Zelnick has refused publicly to state how many pre-orders they've actually made. Why do you refuse to let people know how many pre-orders have come in? If you are happy with your pre-orders, you know your shareholders are listening. What could be the one reason why you would refuse to let people know? Of course he's going to say that. What do you want him to say? That it hasn't met his expectations. Of course he's going to say that. He's going to say everything he can that's going to spin and be positive, so his shareholders that have invested a lot of that 1.5 to $2 billion is going to rest easy, right? But he could have ended all of that by saying, hey, we've got 10 million pre-orders. Show me a company out there that wouldn't be parading 10 million pre-orders. Show me one out there. As soon as they hit those stupid numbers, whether it's 10 million players or 10 million pre-orders or 10 million sales, they're out there screaming that from the rooftops. So, there's a lot of marketing spin going on here at the moment, and a lot of kind of underhanded wordplay. But, you know, maybe, just maybe, the game was just too expensive. That's exactly my thought. Ghosty, Wolverine is doing that for them already. GTA doesn't have to try to do anything. Wolverine is doing that job perfectly fine itself. Apparently, 4.38 million people are ghosting. Did I miss the super chat? Oh, I did not. Wait, why didn't it actually play the super chat? Hold on. 1 second, chat. 1 second. What is going on here? Give me 1 second, chat. I need to fix this. Because my super chat should actually be talking. And it wasn't. And I don't like this. So give me 1 second to fix it. So I'm surprised it wasn't reading it. Unless the code has changed. But it shouldn't have. Let's see. I mean, that should have worked. Okay, I guess I'll have to figure out why that didn't work after stream. Okay, never mind. I'll work that out later. Check reactions for interesting trailers. $2. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Dude, that's a lot of trailers. We do have the one that Rabbi sent first, so we're going to check that one out first. Lazy River. What the hell is that? Night Runner looks cool. Wait, there's another Stalker 2 update? You know what? I don't even know how to play this one, so we're just gonna have to Google it first. Project Z. Beyond something. Well, thank you for the $2, dude. I appreciate it. GTA6. Looking at the O&M costs alone and wondering how the hell they keep getting bank loans. Hey man, the same way Bungie managed to rip off Sony for that $3.6 billion. Tower is if... Oh, interesting. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm more excited for Samson next month than I am Wolverine. I don't think the hype for Wolverine is there. I don't think the hype for Wolverine is there. I don't know what it is. Like, you know, we can cut into that for a second. I think this is it. Man, my browser is really messed up. Like, that just... I don't know. Does that look like Wolverine to you? Does that look like Wolverine to you? Not my hashtag. Not my Wolverine. There wasn't really anything in my feeds last week about Wolverine. It's a comedy actor's face. No. I mean, Insomniac is a good developer. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and shit on Insomniac. They are a good developer, and you know they've delivered some great games like Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2. I think was good, but not great. But they've delivered good games. Like, I don't suspect that they're gonna deliver a bad game with Wolverine. Additionally, they built Wolverine in under 5 years, which is in this day and age unheard of, right? So I'm assuming a lot of assets were remodeled and reused, or just simply reused and reskinned. But the fact that it's also linear probably allowed them to cut some corners. But I don't know, man. That just doesn't look like Wolverine to me. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say Insomniac is shit, because they're not. And I think that's being disingenuous if you say that. Spider-Man 2... The problem with Spider-Man 2 was that it had a really good intro. Like, the intro was epic, right? And then you got to the meat of the game, and the first half of that was kind of busybody stuff you're gonna do, and it kind of got stale really quickly. But the final third of the game... So the first third was great. The middle third was pretty boring. And the final third got really good. In fact, the final third got really good. It's that middle third that really was the issue. But because the final third did such a good job with the final send off, the way it finished you off in such a heroic way, you know, that even you would be proud of, it kind of left a good taste for you. But whoever did this is diabolical. I don't care what anyone says. I had this playing at the end of my video. This is diabolical. Like, whoever did this, you should be ashamed of yourself. Whoever did this, my ears. Whoever did this should be absolutely ashamed of themselves. This is diabolical, man. Why? Why? I don't know, man. Whoever did this, bad. That's bad. Oh. Oh, I'm sure about that, excellence. Like I said, I think a lot of people were expecting this nitty gritty version of Wolverine. And I mean, if you're looking at like the games that they've done in the past, Ratchet and Clank, 85, Rift Apart, 88, they've been a solid mid high 80s studio. Again, the final run-in for Spider-Man 2 is what knocked this to a 90, in my opinion. Otherwise, if you know that final third, if it didn't deliver, this would have probably been like an 88, 89. That final third of the game really delivered. So, you know, it is what it is. But Insomniac has generally been thing. But Nibs, man, my guy takes being a shareholder to a whole new level. He is going ham. Man, the defense force on this shit is crazy. Like, this is insane. Like, dude, I like Final Fantasy. It's like my favorite franchise. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do this. I just wouldn't. I'm sorry. This ain't about having a low IQ, like he says. I mean, or anything like that. I just, it's not my place to defend a multi-billion-dollar studio. They can do what the hell they like. And I think this sums it up. Almost all of that is a retread of Spider-Man. Not that it's a bad thing. The Insomniac formula works. Still, some differences here and there to not make it kissy Spider-Man with claws, but the framework is very similar. What you're describing is less the Insomniac formula and more the inherent pinnings of superhero action games in general. So spice it up. Devastated with $5 says Wolverine is supposed to be an angry killer, which is what I said in my video. Yes, I was expecting a much grittier, darker tone to the actual action, to the character and everything, right? I wasn't expecting him to sit there with normal bullets going down on his hands and knees. Like, what the hell? Hairball, he is a small, angry beast that wants to tear his enemies apart and then get drunk after. Exactly. That's exactly what I was... And I think that's what a lot of people wanted, right? That's what a lot of people wanted. And again, like, I do recommend you watching my video because obviously I made a video and I want you to watch it. But I go into this in a lot more detail where I clearly say in there, and I think I was quite fair in saying that what we're actually getting with the game is Disney's Wolverine and not the gritty, dark Wolverine that we wanted. And I think that's a fair assessment. I think they got the gore right. I think they got the brutality right. But I just feel like it's more Disney-fied than it is Wolverine. Thank you for the 5, Devastator. And then don't get me started on Nightcrawler. Negan, I think they just had little time, right? I think they just had very little time. I mean, they built the whole of the game in under 5 years, which is, that's why I said, I'll give them some leeway, because making a game in this day and age in under 5 years is kind of impressive. We don't usually, man. What the fuck is wrong with my browser? Every time I open a page, it's like this. And, if we're watching this, like, is this, what part of the story is this in? Is this canon, not canon? That's his brother. That's Sabretooth, I'm assuming. Open hands, I'm not a big Wolverine fan, so I've said that in my video, and I'll say that here as well. I'm much more of a DC fan than I am than a Marvel fan. I do enjoy my Marvel movies, though. The DC ones really suck. But look at this. Look at the character running, right? If you'd notice, the moment Logan gets close to him, he speeds up. Can you see it? Can you see it? It's like it automatically speeds up to compensate for the distance that he has with him. It's almost like it's a Benny Hill show at one point. It just feels like, I don't know. I feel like part of it's like they had a certain art direction for the game and it went out the window, but like the gore is there. Yeah, of course, I get that, but they can add enough of a distance between them to stop that from happening. But the combat looks pretty much 1, 2, 3, and you're good to go. I'm guessing this is you're just running at this point. Ignoring everything, you're just running. Nothing's really hitting you, and press button. And then you get to a cutscene. It's possible, serious, that it's from YouTube. Well, Twitter. The resolution probably isn't great. I think they rushed certain parts of it. I think it is Troy Baker. That's what I thought at first as well. I think the combination between the characters in the team-up kills is pretty good. Like this one over here, right? I know a lot of people have been making fun of this one. Like, wouldn't it have been cool if you could run up his arm, claw your way up during certain segments, and then just, stab it in the face or something to affect its laser beams or, its accuracy or something. Like, I know it's a staple, and I'm perfectly fine with this being a staple because it's pretty much in all these sorts of games, and I expect it to be. But I feel like they could, I don't know. I just expect more from Insomniac, and maybe that's what the issue is with everyone. because we're used to Insomniac delivering in such a good way, we kind of expected more. And maybe that's just a problem, on our expectations rather than the actual thing. Because, like, in terms of the kills, they got it right. But then, how many claws does he actually need? Like, this is a genuine question to people in the chat. How many claws does Wolverine have? He has his bone claws and then the adamantium claws, right? Does he have anything else? Liam McIntyre plays. I mean, it's like I don't expect this from Insomniac, right? Like, if we go back here, watch. Not there. Like, I don't expect this from Insomniac. I expect much better detail from them. Look at the grass. It's literally going through him. It's literally going through him. I don't know. I just expect more from Insomniac. They're so, like, this is me holding Insomniac to a higher standard, where, you hear Neb saying all the time, Xbox fans don't have standards, but what the fuck is this? I expect better standards from them. Is it going to affect my overall game? I've said no, it is not. Am I going to care when I'm playing? Probably not. But the fact is, they could do better. Right? They can do better. Like, that shouldn't be happening. That's just really bad collision detection. And I don't expect that from them. Rabbi, what did you say? I don't even see a message other than the first one. Still waiting, responded. What was your response? What did you say, Rabbi? So he only has the bone and adamantium. Okay, so this ain't it. Hold on. No. I think it's going to be in the one that Nibs had over here. So this is another issue that I'm having. Let me just make sure that that is lowered. Okay, where is it? Let's just go. So this over here, he's got multiple different claws, right? Multiple different claws. Like, why? Why is there a need for this? There's one game that I have commended for doing this correctly. I've recently played through Beast of Reincarnation, right? And I complained about this in there as well, where you have like 100 different swords when you don't need it, right? Add a mod slot so I can mod it and do what I want with it. But the one game I feel that handled weapons correctly is Ghost of Tsushima. You have one weapon which you upgrade, and then that's it. It gets stronger as you go along, as you upgrade it until it gets to max strength. You don't need a million different swords. And so when it comes to this, what are we doing? Going back to Square Enix's Avengers game, where you're going to have 30 different claws to pick from? A poison one, an electrocuted one. I mean, if there's an electric one, isn't that technically going to electrocute its whole body? I'm just going by assumption here. But why is there a need for multiple claws? Like, why complicate a system that doesn't need complicating? Just one claw is enough. Kind of, but you're actually going... This is where... This is the Spider-Man upgrade skill tree. And then you've got the different stuff that you unlock via story mode and whatnot. And then you can unlock the different mods for them that you want to use. These are your basic, takedowns and whatnot. And then, you can purchase it with your one skill point. And then as you go along, this is your skill tree, which you can then start investing into how you want to do it. It's very akin to Stellar Blade. But I think Spider-Man had something very similar to this one. Like I said, it just feels like a reskin of Spider-Man in a different, just a different skin. I don't know, Gogolpo. I'm just saying. But considering he has multiple, because he says here, multiple types of claws, right? So he has multiple different ones. So you're going to have your standard stain, adamantium claws. You're going to have maybe poison claws, maybe blood drain claws. I don't know. Just think of whatever you can at this point, because they haven't really revealed anything. You know that clip that said, you said is diabolical? Take a look at what Ubisoft just posted for the... No way. Come on. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Don't. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Don't do this to me, man. Don't do this to me. Ubisoft. Let's have a look. No way! Was this what I had? Oh. No. No, Ubisoft, don't be doing this. Not even you. You're trolling them now. Okay. That's once Ubisoft start trolling, then you know that shit's gone to. It's bad. Once you see them trolling, then you know it's bad. No, it's cool. No, Banisher. This is no shade to Ubisoft. It's just we had this video over here, Wolverine Sunshine, and then Ubisoft decided this very next day it's a good time to release that. It's I think the timing is just a bit off, but I think that this just isn't, why is there a need for multiple claws? And like I said, I'm actually praising a PlayStation game here. So this isn't me hating on Wolverine. I just think it doesn't need it. Wolverine could have just had an upgrade path that made his claws stronger. It didn't need to do anything else. That system worked so well in Ghost of Tsushima. Why do studios find the need to overcomplicate? The timing is just off, Banisher. That's what I mean. I mean, if he had a bone claw and then that upgraded to the adamantium, or just for homage, they gave you the option to have the bones instead, just for visual effect, I would be okay if you wanted to have that as a visual. That's not a problem. I think just going the way they did was not it. I mean, it's got a skill tree. It's like, it's got an RPG element to it. It has to get stronger. I guarantee you that those claws that you get are going to have upgrade paths. They're not just going to stay the way they are. But unfortunately, the Insomniac director has decided to come out and make some statements. And I think he's an absolute idiot for doing this. 1 month before the launch of Marvel's Wolverine on PlayStation 5, the game became the target of internet jokes. And Insomniac's community and marketing director, James Stevenson, stated that the aggressive tone of the responses is not healthy for anyone. By the way, did anyone ever see this James Stevenson come out of the woodworks to say that aggressive tone of the responses is not healthy for anyone when everyone under the sun was attacking Starfield? Like, did you see any of these coming out to defend their peers? Don't forget, like, these studios, they all, like, kind of, they're networked, right? They talk to each other a lot. One person that used to work here works there. They know each other. They have a connection. So to say that they didn't give a shit is an understatement. But now that the tables have reversed, now it's not healthy for anyone. Now they want to care. They didn't care when Starfield was being shat on for 2 whole years, even to this day. But now they want to care because I guess it's their work. I see a little bit of hypocrisy there. Why should they? No one came out in defense for them. I wouldn't if I was just Bethesda employees. Insert leave Britney. Stevenson posted on X, formerly Twitter, that the platform's algorithm amplifies negativity relentlessly. I mean, that's not entirely true. If you don't look at negative things, the algorithm won't show you that stuff. It will only show you the stuff you engage with. So clearly, they're looking at the negative stuff. Now, if I was this guy, and if I was Bethesda, and if I was any other studio, I would look at what's being criticized. I would filter out all the trolls, because it's obvious when you can see who's trolling and who's being a nasty piece of shit. But look for the genuine feedback of what people are actually saying that they're unhappy with. And then from that, be better. Maybe you don't have time to fix it for this game, but for your next game, look at what the community is saying that they didn't like and be better. You take it as constructive feedback. People are always going to be dicks online, right? Whether you like it or not, people are going to be horrible. There's no difference. But to come out and do this, you're literally painting yourself with a bullseye target. Come at me. Because you've now openly told the people, I'm triggered. And what is the one thing a troll on the internet, what do they strive for? They respond, the moment they have you triggered, that's all they want, man. That's all they want. Look at it. I see, what is it? In the gacha community, like, all of this is child's play compared to what is happening in the gacha community. The gacha community is by far the most toxic place I've ever seen in my life. That place is just, wow. Like, I don't think any one of these people, influencers or whatever you want to call them, console warriors online, could ever survive in the gacha universe. They would get eaten and chewed alive. Like, it is that toxic there. Like, you cannot say nothing bad about their favorite game. Because the moment you do, your whole profile is fucked. You'll be reported, everything. They'll make up fake news about you, the whole shit. They go way overboard. They need severe help. But they do it for engagement. Some of them are just naturally crazy, but the majority do it for engagement. And that's what's happening here. It's all for engagement. Some of it is real criticism, but you do not engage with it. The moment you engage with the trolls, you lose. And he says, making him reconsider whether developers should continue staying here. Like, This guy is basically saying that he's going to stop his developers having an X account. Like, who the hell does he think he is? Right? I don't engage with Rabble when creating art. Insomniac thinks they are creating art. And this is the other thing. Like I said, I don't agree with all the criticism. Like the criticism for this boss battle here. Where is it? I don't agree with it because this has been a staple in games for the longest time. It's just something that I think Insomniac could have done more. And I said this in my video, right? I think they could have done more. And I gave examples in my video. And even then, I took that inspiration from Final Fantasy 16, right? Taking inspirations from other games is a good thing. It's a form, you know, it's the highest form of flattery. So that's fine. I think they could have done more, but there are other stuff that I think they could have done better, and they should be looking at that as constructive feedback, and they're not. Instead, he's trying to ban his members of staff from using X. He described the situation as a relentless attack that he doesn't believe is good for mental health. Just don't engage with it. Nor representative of the community. So what's he trying to do? I think the wild way this algorithm amplifies and imposes negativity on you makes me rethink my philosophy of telling developers to look or post here. Developers shouldn't be posting here anyway, right? The developers shouldn't be posting. It's not their job. I mean, they can post if they want to, and if they do, they accept all risks that come with that. But it's the community team that should be posting here anything game related. It's not the developer's place to do that. If a developer wants to come out of their shell, and believe me, developers are generally quite introverts, right? If they want to come out and jump into this cesspool that is X and start posting, you know, they have to take the good with the bad. They can't just be, yeah, it's all great news and live high, and then the moment it's negative, they start crying, oh, my mental health. It doesn't work that way. That's it. They have a social person. That's what they need. That should be the only person that's communicating with the rest of with the community. I've never been a big user of Twix and similar sites anyways. 5 touches. I just think he made the wrong choice. I mean, Blue Sky is a different kind of problem, Tegan. Right? That's filled with people that are basically... I mean, if X is right-wing, that's left-wing. Let's just put it that way. It's filled with the complete opposite of people. I think Christopher Barrett here, he's the ex-Destiny creative lead. Well, project, you know, who used to be with Bungie. Just because you work hard on something doesn't make it magically immune to criticism. There are no participation trophies. It's a subjective medium. Everyone's going to have an opinion, right? Good or bad. Critique is part of the equation. If you don't like it, you might not want to be in a creative industry. People are always going to have an opinion, right? And like everyone else's asshole, it stinks. But the reality is, what you want to do is filter through the trolls and you know, idiots and get to the parts where people are actually telling you, this isn't for me and I don't like this, and because of this, I'm not buying your game. And then you take that back and say, right, how can we fix this? Is it possible to fix this in the short time we have? Can we make alterations? If not, maybe at the wash-up at the end of the project, we'll sit down and raise these problems and these concerns, and we can learn from it in the next game that we build, right? Because that's the whole purpose of a wash-up that you have at the end of a project. So, you know, at the end of each project, the team comes together, and that wash-up, they basically talk about what went good in the project, what went bad, and they highlight the good, bad, and actions that they can take to rectify the ones that were bad or things that they could do better. And the stuff that went well, Well, why did they go well? And how could that then get passed on to other areas of the project to maybe support the stuff that went bad and allow them to flow more easier? Or maybe, just maybe, how about not making a game that you want to play, but the players want to play? Because we've seen time and time again where these studios are making games that they want to play, but they're not the ones buying it, right? It's you, me, and the rest of the community that's buying it. Now, I get it. The PlayStation players will buy every game under the sun that's a PlayStation exclusive, except for Saros. But, you know, too soon? Too soon? But the reality is, they need to start building games that people want to play. They need to start building the games for the players. And if the players don't like it, they're going to make their voices heard. I think it's really that simple. Respect is earned, not freely given because you exist. Exactly. But what generally happens in these wash-up meetings, I know from experience, you go in, all they want to know is what went well, and the stuff that went bad, they don't even want to talk about it, and then the next project comes along, and they repeat the same mistakes. Time and time again, I've been in project wash-ups, where to the point where I stopped going to them, which got me into trouble, albeit. And when they asked me, why did you miss the wash up? I said, what's the point of going if we're not going to learn from those mistakes? We've repeated the same things for the last 4 projects. So we're clearly not learning from it. So it's a waste of time going. And only after I said that did something actually happen. But if those actions aren't being catered for and they're not being learnt from, then what this dude is actually saying is a waste of time. Right? Because they're just going by their own agenda. But look, I'm going to say this openly, right? I think Marvel's Wolverine is going to sell shit ton of copies. It's got a massive IP behind it. Wolverine is a beloved character. I honestly think if they used Hugh Jackman's likeness in this game, it would have probably sold gangbusters. Even way higher. I don't know why, but for me, I just picture Hugh as Wolverine now. I've seen him so much over the years as Wolverine. I know it's not, him, but I associate that face now with this. Obviously, that would have cost them a metric ton of money to do, and I don't think it would have been overly worth it. But I think that would have been a massive plus point for them, especially having his voice in there and his look. But you kind of need to wait until the game comes out. For all we know, that's just the first level. The game could get better as it goes along. It's a very linear game, and it could end up being a really good game. But regardless, whether it's a good or bad game, it's going to sell a lot of copies. And that's all that matters at the end of the day for Sony, as long as it sells. We know it's going to be nominated for Game of the Year. It's not going to beat GTA 6. I mean, if Wolverine beats GTA 6, then you know that shit is rigged. But it's going to get nominated, and it's going to sell millions of copies. That much is guaranteed. So just wait and see what it looks like at the end of the day when the game is out. HR today, I love you. You love me. We're happy family. Kindness should always be your first response. So if a studio's doing absolutely shit and they're doing stuff really terrible, your first response would be, hey, you're doing a fantastic job. What are they going to learn from that? They're just going to continue making a shit product. You're paying money for this. You should expect a certain level of standard. Phil was kind, and where did that get him to? Yo, Devastator, thank you for the $2. Check reactions. God, we're gonna have a lot of stuff to go through. What's this? Oh, I actually did have it. Here's an actual little clip. It actually shows you what they do. You see? That's what it does. So you're unlocking abilities as you go along. I mean, Phil made a mistake, right? Phil's mistake was that, and honestly, I understand Phil because he's at heart a gamer, and so he wanted to give the studios the creative freedom that they needed. And unfortunately, the studios decided that they're going to take that creative freedom and abuse it. It's a shame. I don't know which one the Berserker Barrage is actually. It might be further down the line. Did you know that Call of Duty released a TPM 2.0 and Secure Boot PC tutorial for Call of Duty Modern Warfare because they're concerned that people won't actually be able to play it? So they actually tell you how to go inside your BIOS and how to actually... I did not think they would be doing this, but here we go. They've actually gone and done a whole tutorial on how to actually get TPM 2.0 and Secure Boot for your PC. I thought that was quite funny. They are really concerned that this is not... People are not going to be able to play it day one. Like I said, man, I think I was quite fair in my assessment. You know, we've got to wait and see and play the game. There are some concerns there. There are stuff that I don't like. Project Z is a game that apparently I've been hounded to check out. So, since I've been hounded for this one, I figured we could have a quick look at this and see what it is. And make sure you guys can hear this. Oh, it looks like someone got really offended by what I just said about Wolverine. Oh well. I'm not gonna... I'm not gonna give any names. Bless his soul, is all I'll say. Bless their soul. But anyway, let's check this out. No. I think the Switch 2 hasn't sold anywhere near enough copies, right? Consoles. Switch 2 is underselling at the moment. We've got New Gears. Man, I'm looking forward to Final Fantasy Resonance. So much. Project Z Beyond Order. No audio? You've got audio. No, you don't. Oh, you do have audio. It's just I've got it all the way down. Pro, man, that's what I'm talking about.
Hello survivors and welcome to Devlog 9 of Project Z Beyond Order. Our team is currently hard at work delivering you Project Z later this year, and I can assure you that the events around Project Z will now appear way more often in your feed.
Hey, Tegan, you take that back. You take that back right now.
We will share a date once we are closer to releasing it, and we hope you're as excited as we are. For everyone interested in testing the game early, we invite you to our 314 Arts Labs program, formerly known as the FTG environment. This testing group allows you to join closed tests of Project Z and all future games we as a
you won't hear from me again.
So feel free to click the second link in the description to fill out the application form.
But if you don't...
But now, let's start with the devlog.
You know the rest.
One of the things we started working on is a single player mode. Even though Project Z could already been played in single player and offline, all the game features were still designed for co-op first. So we took a bit more time on that and made changes to the game design, specifically to address when players want to play the entire game alone.
Damn straight, Ghosty.
From features like a checkpoint system that lets you load in a specific section
Wait, switch to owners by anything.
Either from the main menu, via the save game, or when the player dies during a mission. Our level design team was also working on significant improvements to existing missions. During our playtest, we received feedback that the constant night setting was becoming too repetitive, so we reviewed every mission and made lighting and layout changes where necessary to maintain a nice mix of dark and brighter environments. The goal was to create a strong contrast between indoor and outdoor areas to convey a sense of safety when outside, but when the player reaches, in case an underground bunker complex, the lighting should be scary and claustrophobic. The animation team is currently also working on new animations for the boss enemies,
it looks very stalkerish, right?
Zombies, after getting a ton of feedback from you that the zombie animations still need improvements. In terms of gameplay,
yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Xbox isn't a JRPG box,
and the surveys clearly showed that the loot should be
but it is a bro shooter box.
Objects on the map rather than colored boxes that the player can loot. Previously, the box system pushed players only towards scavenging for boxes instead of exploring the entire levels and the world, since there is more than just loot to find. Alongside that, we decided to simplify the weapon ammunition, meaning players no longer have to search for the correct ammo for each gun. Players now only have to find the ammo for the right weapon category.
I don't know what you said.
This system helps us balance
but you
loot way more efficiently and simplifies ammo management.
Well, that's it for now. There's so much more we are currently preparing for you guys, including the public demo that we will share more details about in the future. Keep your eyes open and follow us on our socials to not miss any day.
It looks okay. Yo, thank you for the 10 months. I appreciate you, dude. Let's update the tracker. At 19 out of 25, getting closer to that 25, boys. Thank you for the 10 months. I don't know, it looks okay. I don't know, there's something off-putting about it. For me, I don't know what it is. It feels like a cheaper version of Metro. It could be good. It's another zombie game. Lots of zombies for you to kill. But, you know, the environments look okay. Awesome, Ghosty. Just need to do better outside of the US. They need to try to market their stuff outside of the US. You know, they need to make it desirable. And right now, they're not doing that. They're just focusing on the US. It's a bit of a shame. Is one of those games the one with the gun and zombies? Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, so that's this one. Let's see, what other news did I have before we jump on to the next video? I can close some of these tabs now. Alright, this piece of news came out recently, didn't it? I was going to make a video on this and talk about it a little bit, but apparently Microsoft's leaked documents show 3 next-gen Xbox device categories: Helix, Xbox PCs, and handhelds. The Helix is technically an Xbox console and supports Xbox console games as well as PC games. Xbox PCs are basically PCs with Windows with the Xbox app, but some Xbox PCs, for example, those equipped with the next-gen AMD Xbox co-developed chip, may also be capable of running Xbox. I find that really weird, but if that's the direction that they're going, what's the need for this? If you can get a motherboard that basically runs all your Xbox One games, what need is there for this? I find this one highly weird, highly suspect. And number 3 is your portable handheld devices that can play Xbox console or PC games, basically like your Xbox Ally X. I don't know. What's your thoughts on this? I mean, the Helix, I know that's pretty much what we've been saying is going to be the case all along. It's going to be an Xbox console, and it's probably going to have a wrapper to allow you to boot PC games, especially the Xbox PC ones, right? But this one over here, if I can basically change my motherboard, which I really don't want to do, but if I can change my motherboard, so then all the games I've got on my Series X will now work on my Windows PC. At that point, what is the point of a Helix? Like, I don't know how true these documents are or how real they are. I saw Colt Eastwood go off on a tangent by saying, confirmed all this and all that. And, you know, he didn't really confirm anything. He literally just took this tweet and this is his confirmation, apparently. I don't understand why he does that. But anyway, that's for another day. I mean, I guess price could possibly be a reason. Different demographic? Maybe. Oh, I get that, Susanna. Helix will have limited supply. I mean, I'm sure it will. Man, YouTube is constantly saying no data. Are any of you getting any cutouts for the stream? I've not got any dropped frames or anything, but the encoder keeps cutting out. Yeah, we're getting to them, dude. I don't know, I just feel like this is a little far-fetched, this one. I mean, originally, we kind of assumed that this would be the case anyway. If you remember, we were talking about motherboards that could basically have the Series X chip pre-installed on there. I think Steve was saying that he read somewhere as well that these motherboards will be available in 2028 for people to buy, or they'll be pre-built in specific machines. Can't remember now, but I remember he said something similar to that, because you know, he's reading up on this stuff all the time, way more than I am. I just feel it's weird. Hey, Calandros. I don't think they're going to do that. I think this is going to be built into the motherboard. I think they're just going to sell motherboards because it's kind of the SoC that's going to be used. It kind of needs to be soldered into the motherboard. So you're basically going to get, you know, Xbox motherboards. Hey, you never know in this day and age, Calandros. Anything is possible. Did you not see the KFC chicken, the KFC console? That had an oven built into it. Anything's possible, man. Why on earth would you want to do it that way? Hey, Force, how's it going? One of the reasons why you'd want to do this is as, I think, was it Vital that said it? No, it's Negan. It was Negan. The Helix is going to have low supply. So for those people that have a PC, this is another entry for them to be able to have an Xbox pre-built into their console, into their PC. And as long as that chip will play all your Xbox games, you'll negate the reason to get a Helix. And if they're going all digital anyway, like Sony, then it doesn't really matter. Maybe a niche Southbridge with a company emulated chip. No, it's a full SoC chip, man. I mean, yeah. Dumb idea. Dumb idea. I mean, I agree with you wholeheartedly. It kind of gives people a reason not to buy your console. All right, boys. We have Night Runner, an official announcement trailer. We have Lazy River. Twisted Tower, which is supposed to be some weird-ass game. But it's supposed to be good, apparently. Stalker 2. And then we got Gears of War E-Day is a bad game by someone called Full Scent It. I've never heard of this guy in my life. Or girl. I don't know if they're a guy or a girl. It is still the same ecosystem. And I think, you know... Hey, what's up, John? I think that's part of the problem, Vital. Like, me and Bullets was having this conversation the other day over at Twitch, which you're all invited to, by the way. Feel free to stop by where we mingle, chat about video games, and I play really badly in gaming and everyone laughs at me. But we were talking about this in how can they, how can they push, like, the conversation of exclusives came up. And obviously there's a faction that doesn't want exclusives, and I feel like exclusives are needed if you want to sell your console. But if you're doing this, how do you, and giving people another reason not to buy your hardware, well, how do you plan on actually pushing your console? It would bridge the whole PC and console community in, completely. But I don't know. It's very mixed in what they're saying. Yeah, but those RAM prices are never going down either. So, like, if people think that after the boom goes out, when the boom busts, people are expecting the prices to go back to normal. They're not going to go back to normal. Nothing ever goes back to normal. they may go down by like 20%, 30%, 40%, and that may sound a lot, but considering the prices have increased by like 9,000%, a 40% reduction probably isn't much. Hey man, my controller aiming is excellent. A dedicated Xbox handheld? I mean, it's possible, but I don't see it happening either. What I can see is them getting the SoC in, but even these handhelds right now, Xbox's LIX is the only one that's holding its value. Everything else with these handheld PCs have gone astronomically high. It's ridiculously expensive now. Like when you're looking at handheld PCs and they're pricing them at $3,000-$4,000. $1,000, right? Like, in what universe do people think that they're going to sell outside of the top 1%? Like, where do they actually think the value is of that? Why is that, Ghosty? Did I miss something? And look, down here in the south, hey, my controller skills are amazing. What are you talking about? You saw me with that boss today. I one-shot every single boss. There was no issues whatsoever. I handled them all like a boss. Nah, excellent means exactly what we say here down south. It's like those Amazon deals, raise the price and then have a sale. Pretty much Calandros. I don't know what you're talking about. My batteries run out on my controller. I can't be blamed for my batteries running out on the controller, okay? That is not my fault. How can I be blamed when the batteries on my controller run out? And then I replace the batteries on my controller, and apparently they weren't on charge, so they run out as well. And then the third set that I had that were rechargeable, believe it or not, that ran out as well. And then I had to go and get actual proper batteries, and then it was fine, and I beat the boss. What do you mean? Excuse me. You see, Ghosty? At least someone believed it was the batteries. At least one person believed it was the batteries. I've kind of started doing that a little bit, Great Gamer. It's really expensive, though, buying games again for the second time. I mean, I'm buying a few games physically, mainly like 360 and Xbox One games. Series X games are almost non-existent, to be fair. Yeah, same here. That's pretty much what I'm doing, but some of them just maintain their price, man. It's crazy. This one Devastator sent was actually... He said it was a cross between Carnival and... I can't remember. But apparently it was good. Let's have a look. This is very Friday Night Set Freddy. But it also kind of reminds me of what is that game? Where you're the big boy, and there's a little girl running after you as well. Really, Chili? Good on you. Bioshock, that's the one. It kind of reminds me of that. Out now on Steam. Good on you, Chili, for that solo. Now do it blindfolded with one hand using rubber duckies as your controller. Then you'll reach my legendary status. Have you seen those people doing raid bosses with rubber ducks as controllers? They're crazy people, man. So with the key cards, what I'm doing on my Nintendo Switch is I've actually went out and bought a memory card. They're bloody expensive as well. So I'm just downloading them onto the memory card. And as long as my memory card is safe and secure and protected, even if the stores go away, that memory card holds the data. I've also backed those games up from my memory card onto my PC spare hard drive that I've got that just holds all my backup data. So, yeah, I can always transfer it back now. And it's quicker than downloading because the Switch's download sucks. Like, there's no tomorrow. So, my game key cards are pretty secure now. I don't have to worry about them with them ever disappearing. Hey, look. Where is Luna anyway? Oh. Hey, the boo-boo. Let me go get Luna. Bring her so you guys can see her. Luna? Come. Come here. Hey, what you doing? Oh, here we go. Here is my Labubu. Why do you have to slobber and eat my face the first chance you get? I don't understand this. So chat, why is it that she has to literally just slobber my face the first chance she gets? I don't understand this. I don't understand this. Like, why? Look at the camera. They want to see you. Luna loves kisses. And this position she really likes as well. I have no idea. Let's see. Hey, do you want to get down? So yeah, I don't really know how this is going to work. It could work. I'm probably going to make a video on this, looking into it a little more, thinking about it in a bit more depth to see what this all really means. But I feel like if they're talking about Xbox PCs that are going to have the AMD co-developed chip pre-installed on certain motherboards, then if those are available on retail, the only thing I can think of is the short supply of Helix, and those people that can't get a Helix and do want to upgrade to the next generation, they can do it via this way. And I think at that point, what you're going to see is a cohesive merge between the Helix and the Xbox, well, in general, and PCs. And I think at that point, Helix will be the last console. What we'll get after Helix will just be, you know, boxed PCs in general with chips that can run backwards compatibility games, because they're already working on that, and I see that is the direction they're going anyway. So, you know, that's my thoughts on that. I don't see it as a confirmation of anything other than that, though, of a release date or anything like that. You know, man, I just hate clickbait. I do. I hate clickbait more than anything. You want to go back to bed? Okay, say bye to everyone, and I'll put you back to bed. Come on. Come on, say bye to everyone. Bye, everyone. Bye. Come on, let me put you back to bed. Come on, dear. Legacy of Kain Defiance Remastered is getting a physical release. For those of you that's interested, it comes with a soundtrack CD and an 80-page art book. It's available 13th of November. It's also getting an Xbox physical release, which is quite rare these days, but it's actually happening. So for those of you that are physical hunters, this might be something you want to pick up before it's gone. Thank you, Diablo. She's also a menace. We were having Turkish pizza today, right? I'm sitting there eating my Turkish pizza, having a good time, enjoying my meal, and all I see is the face go, what? And she's just standing right there while I'm trying to eat. She's not attacking the food because she's not allowed to do that, but her face is as close to me as she can possibly get without touching the food. I'm like, if I turn this way, you're gonna eat the food. She's got her food there, but she has to come to mine. Okay, I guess it's not working. The Xbox reward points, no matter what game I boot, it's not giving any reward points. That's fair enough. They've probably realized GTA is coming and people are saving their points. So now they're just trying to screw people over. Tut, tut, tut. Why must you forsake me, Microsoft? The PlayStation Nation, let's stand together. Join the PlayStation Blackout on August the 23rd to the 30th. Together, we will send the executives at PlayStation a message that they can't ignore. No logins, no playing, no purchasing. Modern Warfare beta is coming out during this window. How many people do you think is going to support this? Yeah, I'm kind of going through them in increments, Devastator. Man, I do not understand why this just isn't working. I'm going to be on my PlayStation to play Final Fantasy 14. I did the summer event today, and that summer event was crazy. It lasted 2 minutes. Oh, that was over before it started. Alright, this guy asked for it. He set himself up for this one. He said Xbox games blow, so I said so do you, but we don't judge. I think that's an adequate response, right? It all counts, John. It all counts. Did send you a link on Discord about the rewards, but I'm not sure what's going on in the UK beyond. Oh, did you? Oh, you did. Huh. Okay. I mean, I was able to do it yesterday. It's just today it's not doing anything. So, I mean, it's just fine. At the end of the day, if I can't, I can't. You know? Even the whole remote play structure isn't working properly. But yeah, who's going to take part in this? Then I'll play TLU 2 next week on PC. If that counts towards going against the blackout. As long as you're signed into your PSN, then it will. So it must just be me then. Microsoft's like, we don't like you anymore. Let's see, I've got Zelda Certain Zero running now, and I know that's a Game Pass game. But the thing is that I don't even care for the thing. I can't get the Game Pass game to run. Yeah, that's not going to work then? Aww. Look at this one over here. Sony CEO Hiroki Totoki stated that PlayStation 6 release date has not been decided internally yet. With the and this is what Rhino is saying. Also, by the way, Rhino is in full support of no disc, no buy, but he has pre-ordered GTA 6. He says no disc, no buy, but he has pre-ordered GTA 6. Can someone tell me how that works? The whole ending of physical games dilemma, the last TV isn't players need is another console. They can't, Jesus, he can't write. Can't even decide what ownership means and have delivered a failure of a generation with barely any first-party games worth mentioning that show any meaningful leap. They're way better off sticking to this generation. I think this generation's cooked. I mean, Sony fucked up this generation with their live service push, and then they cancelled it all. There's no recovering from that. You know, they should have just let these studios make those live service games in the hopes that one of them would be successful. I mean, if they got skittish after one game like Conquer, then whatever happened to, what is it, Payday or what? Not Payday, the other game that they were doing. After all, what would a PS6 add in terms of a proper leap? I mean, it would be higher frame rates and stuff. Better graphics. Better ray tracing. I don't think they'll have path tracing. Either way, he used to be very excited for PS6, but now not. And there's the original article. Sony added that the memory chip rising costs due to shortages are affecting PS6. Now, here's my... Fair Games, that's the one. Here's my opinion on this, right? If you... The amount of money that they've spent on R&D, if they delay the console, that R&D goes down the drain. Because they can't improve that spec without redoing the R&D. They pretty much have to invest a whole bunch of money on that as well. And Sony doesn't like throwing money away, as we've seen. Right? So, they're not delaying it. They might not release it in... I mean, I see them releasing it in 2027. I can't see them pushing it to 2028. I think with the PS5 Pro there, I think they potentially can hold out to 2028, seeing as the Pro hasn't been out for that long. Xbox will probably release theirs next year. We'll see the reveal in November. But I can't see PlayStation delaying it really any later than 28. The date, the hardware that's in these machines, in Helix and in the PS6, by the time the consoles come, is already out of date. And so pushing it even more and charging the money you're doing when the hardware is already dated even more, that doesn't sound like a logical idea to me. Then again, these companies don't work with logic. So, unfortunately, they've done the work. And because they've done the work, they kind of have to push it out. And that's something that they're just going to have to do. I mean, there's that as well, Navy. If the boom doesn't go away, the price is only going to go up. Hey, look, we're already aware of their super SSD. It's going to be a super SSD, John. That's what we're here for. That's what we like to see. Wait, why can't I see? You said Lazy River, right? Let's have a look at that one. You said that's a good community night. I do need to get back to my community night games. I am trying to find a good opening for it. So I haven't forgotten about it. I know I haven't done those community nights in a long time. So I do apologize. It is something that's on my mind, and I am trying to find a good time for it. What's this? Mate, this doesn't look like Gears of War. Chat, does this look like Gears of War to you? Blast processing. Yo, Chili, did you know that blast processing doesn't exist? Like, there's no such thing as blast processing. The whole concept was made up. No, the president of Sega actually said it's a made-up term that they made up. It doesn't exist. There's nothing. I don't think it's VR. I think it's just an FPS. This is Lazy River. Wishlist on Steam now. You can try the demo if you want it. It was a marketing word, yeah. It was. It was, yeah, Tegan. It is a friend swap game, yeah. Alright, chat. In terms of news, we've got a few bits more. I've already spoken about the rumors of Final Fantasy Revelation playable public demo accidentally leaking and being playable. Kind of crazy that this German website decided to leak it. I'm guessing they're going to get into trouble for that one. And of course, a game I'm very highly looking forward to, Control Resonant has gone gold, which I'm super excited for. This game is, the disc version is delayed until October 15. How dare you? I was going to buy digital anyway, so it doesn't really affect me. But how dare you, if I wanted to buy it physical, you delaying it. I don't understand why they're delaying it. That kind of makes no sense. I don't know. Maybe someone smarter than me can explain why that's happening. Mate, September is a clear month. September has like 5,000 games coming out, right? Or is it like 5 million games? let me see. Do I still have... By the way, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, I know I didn't mention this and I didn't plan this to be in the show. It's now an Xbox Play Anywhere title and it has a new RRP price of $49.99. So I'm guessing that's going to be cheaper in the UK, hopefully. But that's kind of cool, right? I think that's kind of awesome. I'm tempted to pick it up and see what it's like. Let's see. Do I still have that tweet in my... I might not, actually. You can go away because I've done my video on there. Edge of Memories physical is still coming out, but the studio is long gone now, unfortunately. But they're still going to honor the actual the studio by releasing their games and taking all their money. There was a state of play this morning, right? Does anyone want to check that out for Phantom Blade Zero? That's the new game that's coming, right? I didn't actually I wasn't really awake for it. Well, technically I was up until 4 o'clock. I was actually really considering jumping and streaming, but then I kind of fell asleep at some point. And so now my son decided I'm not going to wake him up since he's that tired. And so I didn't end up waking up for it. But I was actually going to jump on and actually stream it. But yeah, shit happens. I don't think I actually have that thing anymore, which is a shame. I thought I had it. Maybe it's under a different tag. Maybe it's under this. No, I don't have it. Let's see. I'll tell you what. Do you guys... So we got 3 things we can watch right now. We've got that Sega video that I've been talking about. It's called The Collapse of Sega. It's a great video. Really good. But it is 40 minutes long that we could react to. It's a very good watch. We've got the State of Play that we could check out. Or we can check out this... react video for Gears, where they said it's mediocre, 6 out of 10. What would you guys like to watch and check out? I mean, the Phantom Zero is kind of cool. I don't know how long that State of Play was. Right? It's only 20 minutes. So we could check this out. And maybe check out one more after. What do you guys want to do, man?
Beneath. Drop the blade.
This is the State of Play. It was just one game. It was the Phantom Blade Zero. The fact that Donnie Yen is doing the voice acting, I think, and the facial animations, I think is pretty damn cool. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's watch this Phantom Blade Zero, and then while we're watching this, you can decide if you want to watch the Sega video after or the React. The Sega video will explain the truth regarding blast processing as well.
Extinguish the flame. See what burns beneath. Drop the blade. Let true steel speak. No shame. No shame.
Oh, Sony talks PS6 delay.
Yet it moves through all.
27 pushes 29.
That's the path
I
to
mean,
know.
he's just speculating. The chat will decide.
Who are you?
Hello everyone, I'm Donnie Yen, creative consultant for Phantom Blade Zero, and the actor behind Mo Yuan, a formidable martial arts master. I want players around the world to enter our wuxia world driven by old grudges, shifting alliances, and the confrontations that forge its legends. Rooted in the traditions of Chinese martial arts, Phantom Blade Zero embraces bold imaginations and distinct cultural elements to create a new aesthetic we call Kung Fu Punk.
I beat you to it. Susanna. Oh, I am. I am done with. Oh shit, my fan. I hate you, Ghosty. I'm gonna get you for this next time.
Hi everyone, I'm Soulframe, the creator and director of Phantom Blade Zero. Today, I'm inviting you into our universe, a dark wuxia epic filled with mystery,
By the way, you
vendettas,
can get this
and
game on
lightning-fast
PC
wordplay.
for £10 cheaper than you can on PlayStation.
You play as Soul, once the Order's most feared blade. After being set up for your leader's murder, you are betrayed by the people you once fought beside.
What? What have I done?
In the final duel against your childhood blood brother, Zuo Shang, the blade is driven through your heart.
You're late. Let's get started already.
Superhero landing.
The mysterious healer, the flesh sculptor, restores your life, but with a fatal condition. You have exactly 66 days to live. Survival means fighting a cure hidden in the chaos ahead, but the hunt will force you to confront the rod beneath your betrayal and a skill massive enough to break the entire Wulin. The Wulin is a martial underworld forged in blood and belief. You will walk among the last guardians of righteousness, the fallen who surrendered to darkness, and the lost warriors found by broken codes.
Oh,
Each
Donnie
choice
Yen's
you make
awesome,
here
man.
will fracture your trajectory and reshape your fate.
But you know what?
66 days, that's all the time you have. you won't be alone. Martial artists from across the Wulian have gathered in Pengzhen, turning the town into a deadly trap of rival factions, hidden malice, and deadly schemes.
Now we got flying horses now. Let's go.
The girl's nothing but a shell now. She'll never be the same.
Mate, even her looking like this looks better than Jean Grey. And she didn't even have a face! And she still looks better than Jean Grey.
As you uncover the grim secrets buried here,
I'm not
you'll
even getting
realize some
into
things matter far more than survival,
Mystique.
and that some enemies can never be defeated by the sword alone.
There's no saving Mystique. I don't know, Vital. I'm hoping it's... If it is a Souls-like, I'm really hoping it's a light Souls. Like Beast of Reincarnation.
Master Soul has entered Pengzhen. It seems the flesh sculptor's tainted hearts.
But this game
has
is exclusive to
restored his
PlayStation for
friend.
1 year.
A change in the game.
This is what Xbox should be
may not
doing
be such
against
a bad
Sony.
thing. I'm looking forward to his next move.
Because I'm just going to buy this on PC.
The Phantom World is a stage for the style we call Kung Fu Punk, where traditional Kung Fu collides with steampunk machinery and body modification.
And when this comes to Xbox next year, I've got no reason to buy it. I mean, that looks
Your journey
gorgeous.
takes you through intricate but surreal landscapes, leading you deep into the heart of Pengzhen and its surrounding villages, valleys, lakes, and shadowed territories, including
Hey, Bags,
a
long time no
valley
see. Welcome,
overrun
dude.
by ruthless bandits, an abandoned
Welcome back.
warehouse filled with hanging puppets, where a dark
I hope you've been
ritual
well,
seems
dude.
to be taking place. A steam-powered iron tower built for some kind of dark experiment. And a
PC
vast
releases day and
lake,
date, Calandros.
which Soul must navigate aboard a peculiar high-speed vessel.
Yo, chat, get
Your
voting.
journey is guided by 8 authentic hand-painted Chinese ink wash maps. In complex regions, they offer only a rough sense of direction, leaving you to explore and uncover hidden secrets.
Oh my god, I'm directionally challenged. This is
These
like the
maps
worst thing you
seamlessly
could ever
connect
do
into
to
a
me.
single world, where bells enable fast travel between discovered locations. Phantom Blade Zero is not an open-world game, nor is it a linear adventure from beginning to end. Instead,
No,
every
I do
corner
not.
has been
I hate
meticulously
DCG.
handcrafted, filled with countless surprises
Ooh, the
and
Sega
secrets
video's winning.
waiting to be discovered. As you explore Phantom Blade Zero, you will discover hidden enemies, side quests, rare treasures, and crucial story clues.
I mean, look how good these female characters look. And then look at Mystique and Jean Grey.
In Phantom Blade Zero, combat is the driving force. Every weapon is forged from martial folklore, cinematic legacy, and ancient tradition. Soul wields a massive arsenal
Oh
of 30
my god.
primary weapons.
Why? Why is there a need for this many? Like, you can have, like, different styles of weapons, I get it. But why is there a need for this many weapons? Like, why?
Alongside 25 secondary weapons known as Phantom Edges. For example,
Well,
the Drunken Sword
The
style
Xbox
builds
reward points
drunken
aren't
energy,
being given.
enhancing Soul's evasiveness
But I got the Game
while
Pass one, which is the
swaying and
important one.
staggering with every strike. The White Serpent and Crimson Viper twin blades work in tandem. The length of the White Serpent allows you to fling the Crimson Viper outward for ranged attacks.
Nah, me neither, Tegan. There's no need for it.
The fluid steel of the Soft Snake Sword coils around an opponent's guard, striking targets cleanly and even slicing through incoming threat-based attacks mid-air. However, a light blade won't be enough against heavy shields, and relying on swords alone will turn the fight into a punishing struggle. Crushing those defenses requires the brutal momentum of iron fists and hammers. The Tiger Cannon can blast apart distant enemy formations with a single shot, or ignite
Okay, that looked kinda
self-destructing
cool.
enemies
And
before
silly
they
and
get
funny.
close. And when bladed weapons fall short against a swarm of savage dogs, the flame-spewing Flaming Mane makes quick walk up the mall. Mastery goes far deeper than basic attributes. Upgrading a weapon unlocks distinct forms and techniques, carving out a unique combat philosophy.
Honestly, the actual skill trees and the multiple weapons puts me off this game more than the actual almost Souls-like aspect of it.
You will never worry about a newly acquired weapon being too weak. With the Reforging Talisman, you can reset the weapon's level, recover all invested materials, and immediately reinvest them into your new gear.
Okay, that's actually really good. That just makes having multiple weapons completely pointless, but at least that I think is a really good function.
We've crafted difficulty options as distinct ways to experience the story. Wayfarer mode is intuitive and cinematic, letting anyone feel like a kung fu master.
Guys, only 17 people have voted.
But for those seeking
Vote,
a true
vote,
challenge,
vote.
Hellwalker mode brings in core fighting game mechanics. Bosses won't rely on fixed patterns. They react to your spacing, punish your whiffs, and adapt to your habits in real time. For the ultimate test, unlock 66 days mode. Unlike the other difficulty settings, this mode turns Soul's 66-day countdown into a literal gameplay timeline. It features the intensity of Hellwalker, but every defeat costs you precious time. If the
Oh, so it's a
clock
bit
hits
like
zero,
that other
it is
indie
permanent
game
death.
where you lose life after.
Our ultimate goal is to draw from the deep well of authentic Chinese folk arts and martial arts,
I can't remember what it's called
infusing
now.
them into the sleek, visceral aesthetic we call Kung Fu Punk. To show you what that looks like in motion, please take a look at this boss encounter.
Yeah, she just saw my son. Yeah, Minnie, they're gonna ask me when you're streaming again next, so. What the hell is going on here, man? So you start the fight with half your health? I don't know, I kind of wish China just stopped doing just, you know, Soul Bro games all the time. The hell? Why did he give him his headband? I want to see what it looks like. I don't know, I just miss a good old hack and slash. That don't look like a good old hack and slash, man. That looks like you gotta parry everything and then wait for that opening. Yeah, Onimushi's gonna answer that call. Hey, Steve. Was you having fun looking at the Gears, you know, title screen? War in the North? That's the new Lord of the Rings game that just got released, right? I've been meaning to try that out. Facts, I agree. You know, they need to consider old farts like Steve, you know, who don't have the reactions anymore. He's not young like we are. Like, I don't even know if he's actually parrying anything there, or if he's actually... Wait, he took his mask off! How did he get the mask back on?
Bringing Phantom Blade Zero to life has been a massive endeavor, and the support from our community has allowed us to build the exact game we envisioned. It's our way of paying tribute to tradition, while bringing it to life as an immersive experience for players all over the world.
Hey, I'm not bald. I'm amazing, but not bald.
Now this is just a quick glimpse of Phantom Blade Zero. There's much more for you to explore, and you may even cross paths with the character I play along the way.
Phantom is movement, swift, elusive, striking from where none expect.
Yeah, he got messed up.
Blade is breath.
You channel it into a steel.
I don't want to
Turning
support
any
it just
blade
because of
into
Donnie
a
Yen.
divine weapon. That's the path to know. Pre-order now.
It did kind of damage YouTube for a little while. My stream was going down constantly, at least on my screen. Souls guys will love this. It looked like a Souls-like. Let's see what they're gonna say. Oh, there's more. By the way, considering this is a PlayStation exclusive, I kind of find it diabolical that there's no PS5 Pro features on this at all. That's diabolical, man. I think we can all agree that I'm not bald. Yeah, I'm seeing parry after parry after parry. A bit of Silent Hill, you know, influence there too. Also available on PC, not available on other consoles until at least 12 months after the release date. Vertical stand sold separately. So is the disc drive. Wait, they don't even talk about the disc drive anymore.
PlayStation.
Is that it? That's it. Alright, last 30 seconds and I close the poll. I'm not even balding. They do have DualSense gimmicks though. Yeah, I usually turn all of that off, unfortunately. So, none of that really thing. Plus, I just prefer the Xbox controller. That's what it looks like, Gen X. Or you could just play the PC version. I mean, even Wolverine wouldn't get you to get a PlayStation right now. I think there's few and far, you know, in terms of games that would actually convince you to buy another console. Like, when I say buy another console, like to abandon one over to the other. I don't think those games exist anymore. If anything, all they will do is convince you to buy an additional console, but neither this or Wolverine, I don't think, will convince anyone to buy a PlayStation. Maybe Lao Fei. Bags? 100%. I've got no doubt in my mind. Alright, so we've had 18 votes out of almost 40 people in chat. And I'm closing it in 10 seconds. Gears E-Day 6 out of 10 video is winning. It's winning by a long shot. Sega video actually came last. That's actually the best video of the day. And you guys are choosing to watch a Gears Sucks video. I don't even think DCG has any chance of coming back on that one. Alright. You guys have spoken. You guys have chosen. The poll is closing in 3, 2, 1. And it's closed. But if I do a react video to that one, it's going to be like an hour long. Maybe more. Maybe I'll do it. It's a phenomenal video though. Alright, we're checking this one out. You guys have been saved by no DCG. Devastator right now is cursing you guys like there's no tomorrow.
If you ask me, I think Gears of War E-Day is an amazing game, and I think it has the potential to overtake.
Alright, so we're going to speed this up a little bit because he speaks a little slow.
All the other Gears games that have come out previously and become the greatest. However, that's only for PvE, campaign, and horde. If you look at the PvP side of things, it's fun, it's a good time, but it heavily excludes the competitive nature of the game, and competitive players will suffer. If you look at Icy, he's a prime example. He's a prominent figure in the Gears community, so he's the one I'm going to use. Looking at Icy play the game right now is like looking at a king that lost his crown. I'm gonna make an even bigger, exaggerated comparison. It's like watching Griffith in Berserk. If you know what I'm talking about, you know where I'm trying to go with this. I'm not saying Icy is like Griffith from Berserk, because that's a wild statement. But watching him play, it's like It's so, you can just tell that the passion is not there when he plays. Icy is most passionate when he's in a competitive setting. And not only is Gears of War one of the most competitive games out there, PvP games in general.
Yo, Steve, have you heard of this Icy guy? Like, you're the biggest Gears fan I know here. So, have you heard of this guy? Icy? This is before Ranked released. I mean, did Ranked actually add anything to the thing playlist? I saw someone playing. I'd actually. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what this is being said. Then I don't know if you want to jump on, if you've got time. I guess it'd actually be interesting to, because I'm not a massive Gears fan. I love the Gears single player, but you're a massive PvP and Horde mode fan. So it'd be interesting to get your take on this while we're reacting to it. Do you want to jump on? It's fine. A few electrical equipment in there will be perfectly okay. I'm sure you've got like a multimedia setup station in there where you can get your headset on and whatnot. And he made a vid saying he was wrong. So this video is kind of pointless then. If he's already admitted he was wrong, what's the point of this video? Is there a point to this video? Should we just jump to the video where he was wrong? Hey, look, it's not my fault. This is your first part in 4 months. I'm relaxing and enjoying it. You do what you need to do, buddy. Should we just jump to the I was wrong video then? Because I guess there's no point in... Alright, let's go to the other video. The I was wrong video. Let's see why he was wrong. So... essentially,
I like to think that I'm reasonable and man enough to admit when I was wrong. And now...
apparently there's a guy called Icy. And he does stuff that's, I guess, icy. I'm trying to be as normal as possible, but... Icy? Okay, Icy. Let's go.
How was that moment? Gears of War E-Day is the exact opposite of casual friendly. Holy shit, yo... this game is actually going to be terrible for casuals on release if it releases the way that the beta was. And before anyone says anything, this is in terms of player versus player, not player versus environment. I am doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling, quintupling down in my first review video. Yo, why didn't we buff the Lancer? I don't think people realize that buffing the Lancer is not the answer to your problems. Wall bouncing was never really that big an issue to begin with. People think wall bouncing is hard to deal with and it's really scary because of the way it looks on the outside. Once you actually learn how to aim your gun, it becomes so easy to deal with. Buffing the Lancer with a very long TTK is not the answer.
So
as a solo player, if you're a casual and solo, you're only going to be able to down one person at a time still. And guess what? You're going to still have to go get that kill. He's not going to die instantly. He's going to go down. You want to know what you have to do to get that down? Go up to him. You either have to keep crossing him to down him with your Lancer, which doesn't do that much damage when they're down from far away anyways, or you have to go up to him with your shotgun and finish that down, or execute him. What happens if you execute? You're open to death from other people. All buffing the Lancer really did was make team crossing even stronger. If you're a casual and you're playing quick play and you run into people stacking 2 or more, and they double their Lancer cross on you, triple, quadruple their Lancer cross on you, you're not going to be able to fucking move. You're going to be stuck in cover, and no amount of smokes will save you from the insane amount of aim assist there is in the game. I'm not saying to take it away, but it has to be toned down. And on top of that, the stopping power. Mix that stopping power with that aim assist. Smokes can only save you so much. And on top of that, cover doesn't even mean anything in this game anyways, bro. You can get shot over cover.
Yeah, I noticed that too. When I was taking cover, I was still getting obliterated. It kind of made the whole purpose of cover completely pointless. I don't know. I didn't do PvP. It's not my thing. And apparently there's a conquest mode that I read about, I think, where you actually, your team has like a set life, like 15 lives, and if you die, you lose your team lives, and yeah, that already put me off the whole encounter. It's to stop you staying in cover, but I'm just going in cover and I'm taking damage. Like, I literally just went into cover and I'm taking damage. Like, there's no point of it being there if I'm going to continuously take damage. What even brought ESO to Gears? Wait, what? ESO? Why are we talking about ESO? But don't get me wrong. Like, I played the PvE mode all the way up to level 20. I didn't play the indefinite horde mode. I played the second and the third option mainly. And I had a blast. That was probably the most multiplayer in Gears I've played ever. And I wasn't, I had enough of the beta because I don't want to ruin the experience until the game comes out. But, playing with a group of friends, I could play that all night without feeling bored. I can't say that for the previous Gears. There's only so much horde mode that I could handle, and so much of the PvP, and it just got stale for me. But this one actually kept my attention. So whatever they've done, despite my niggle here and issues there, I think they've done a fantastic job for a casual like me to enjoy the multiplayer aspect of Gears. Because previously, I just wasn't having fun. But in this one, I did have a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. And when we actually got in with a group of 3 into a few of the games that night, I had an even better time playing. So, Coalition cooked. I'm sure, for the upper echelon in terms of the skill bracket, it still plays great. But what they've done here, which I know a lot of Gears fans have been asking for, is to make it more accessible for people to jump in and enjoy. And I feel like at least with the PvE multiplayer, they've done just that. And kudos to the team. I posted another Gears of War video, but it's 8 hours old. Yeah, I saw that. You said it's for Thursday.
Excuse me? I just got retroed over cover when I was down. Snub has no fire rate cap. You're able to shoot that thing at freaking
PvP
to
just
infinity and beyond
slow.
Speed, and that's naturally. Imagine with a macro how fast it's gonna be. Naturally, you can shoot pretty fast. I'm not the fastest, but I can still shoot pretty fast. Imagine what it's gonna feel like against a macro. You guys think TC took away wall bouncing and made movement easier for you? Yeah, no, they actually doubled down on movement if you think about it. All these new movement mechanics, you have to actually learn now. You have to learn when to slide, when to jump. If you really want to be successful, you have to learn how to wall bounce because there's no strafing in this game. There's no roadie strafing. There's no AD left, right strafing. There's no base strafing. You are literally just stagnant. You're stuck in one spot unless you learn how to control your wall bounce and your up A's. So you think this game is really casual friendly? No, the fuck it's not. It's more movement heavy than ever. More movement dependent than it has ever been. At least in Gears of War 3, the most P game of all time, you had things to deal with wall bouncers. You had options. Your Lancer was strong enough. Your Nasher had poke damage. This one doesn't. Poke damage is essentially the damage you do from far away with the Nasher. You have 0 poke damage in this game. You have to be up close to get your chunks, and the chunk range is pretty far. So a player like me who knows the chunk range is still gonna body you because I know the chunk range better than you do. And I can bait a lot of y'all into shooting me from just outside the chunk range, getting my one shot because I know how the game works. And you don't, and you don't want to learn. You want the game to be catered to you, but catering to you is not gonna work. You have to fucking learn, buddy, or not play at all. You have to go play.
And that's why the previous Gears multiplayers were dead. Because of people like this. Just gonna put it out there. That attitude is why the previous Gears game modes were pretty much dead.
Horde, you have to go play campaign. If the Coalition really wanted to cater to the casual player base outside of PvE, if they wanted to cater to y'all.
Now, I've seen Gears creators where their whole channel is dedicated to Gears, and they've been pro, casualizing the experience somewhat to make it more welcoming for the casuals to jump in and stay, because at the end of the day, the more players you have, the more alive it is. And the more people playing, the better it is, right? You get more support, more maps, and so forth. If no one's playing that mode apart from the same 4 people, well, then you're not going to get any extra content. They're just going to abandon that mode and look at the ones that are doing it. So all this guy is actually doing is saying, I can't wait till end of service. Let's go!
In PvP, they would have simply just recreated Gears of War 3, but added the new movement mechanics, the climb, the slide, and all that. And I know what you're thinking.
But every weapon is so overpowered in Gears of War 3. How is that casual friendly?
If everything is overpowered, nothing is overpowered. Syndrome, I think. Gears of War 3 was literally perfect. The wall bounce took more skill than pretty much any other Gears game. There was a tempo, a rhythm to it. You couldn't just go in there, move your stick left and right, and spam A. If you spammed A, you were rolling. If you want to alternate, you were simply not hitting a wall. You had to have positioning in your wall bouncing still. You weren't able to do some stupid shit like in Gears 5, like wall bounce backwards. If you did wall bounce backwards, you had to commit your camera to turn basically facing backwards. Damn near. I know it's hard to explain, but I also don't have a visual. But just imagine, it's possible.
The problem with that, Bags, is that they've tried this before and it just didn't work, right? Time and time again, the player base just died. So they had to revolutionize it. They had to modernize it. They had to change it to try and get people. I actually think the work that they're doing with the multiplayer, and especially in the multiplayer Vidoc that they did, it looked impressive. It looked enticing. It looked welcoming. It incentivized me to want to dive in and give it a shot. Whereas the previous Gears, I didn't touch the multiplayer at all. At all. I had no interest. I do on this one. So, they want it to be a long-standing staple, and they want it to be a game mode that has people coming in over and over again. I still believe that they should have made the multiplayer separate. I believe that. The single player could have stayed on Xbox, and I think the multiplayer should have been just pushed out everywhere on all platforms, right? Because it's multiplayer. I think they should have done that. They should have basically done the multiplayer version of Gears as Halo Infinite. Even if it was a purchasable multiplayer, I think it should have been free to play anyway, and then you can just get skins and stuff like that to monetize it. There's different ways you can do it without, monetizing it with power, right? I think that would have been a good way to do it, and then you could have just constantly updated it with map packs and battle passes and whatever, and they could have done it that way. And I think that would have probably been a bit better. But the main player base for Gears anyway is on Xbox and PC, so I don't think they're losing much on PlayStation anyway. So I think what they've done here is a good job.
Trust me, those who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. So you had cracked movement. Every weapon was strong enough to counter wall bouncing and strafing. Yes, there was stopping power, but it was nowhere near as strong. It was pretty strong with actives, but it was still manageable if you were a good enough player in Gears of War 3. Retro Lancer was super good against them.
That's how they roll to make themselves
really
look
good.
even better
If they
than
missed
they
their
actually
shot
are.
and they were close to you, you're blasting them away 99% of the time. Lancer was viable. Hammerburst was really good for people with really good positioning. The snub was strong, and these were all starting loadout options. Every power weapon was great. Imagine Gears of War 3 with the verticality of Gears of War E-Day, with jumping, with sliding, keeping the meat shield, keeping the execution, because they took that away in Gears of War E-Day. It would actually be the perfect game. I know some of you are thinking, that is literally just Gears of War Judgment. No, it is not. Gears of War Judgment had a wide swap weapons. It had a reticle in the middle because it had center screen shooting. Center screen is some hot dog shit in modern.
They couldn't do that, Vital, mainly because the structure of the multiplayer that they've got now is completely ingrained in a buy-to-play model. They would have to restructure the whole, economic side entirely within the game, restructure it, set everything else, recode a lot of the stuff in order to set up the triggers and whatnot. It's a lot of work, and probably for a little gain. Like I said, the best play, you know, the biggest fan base for Gears games is PC and Xbox anyway. So, you know, they're not really losing a player base in PlayStation, in my opinion. No one turned up for Gears Reloaded on PlayStation. And even less for their multiplayer.
Gaming. It was cool for back then. It was cool in Gears of War 1 when we had the hardware.
Does he actually talk about Gears E-Day? Or is he just going to talk about... Like, does he just talk about Gears 3 all throughout this whole thing? I've literally seen him talk about Gears E-Day for like 1 minute. Maybe less. Like 45 seconds. And we're coming up to 6 minutes and he hasn't talked about Gears E-Day yet. All he's doing is glazing Gears 3. Like, what's the point of this video? What was he exactly wrong about? Maybe we should have actually watched that other video and it would have actually remained true.
That we had back then, it simply is not good anymore. I'm sorry to those who like it. I know you love it. It's just not good in modern times. Nearly every monitor nowadays has a legit crosshair built into it. Most of the people playing are probably cheating with that crosshair. Plus, it's part of the reason as to why cover is so useless in Gears of War E-Day.
Wait, monitors have crosshairs built into it? What? All this guy does is moan. It's not Gears 3. They want the same shit over and over. Nothing will ever evolve or change if it was up to them. It's exactly the same as Gears 4 and 5 went through. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They just want to EOS it as fast as possible. That's the attitude.
Bullets coming out of the barrels, casuals are having an easier time to aiming, we're not dying over cover as much, and the game is just overall more enjoyable. From that one change alone. If the movement was like Gears of War 3 and Gears of War E-Day, I wouldn't mind stopping power, but it's not. I'd rather they just remove it, lower the gib range in the Nasher, and raise up the poke damage. I promise you it is the right move, I swear to God. I swear on everything I love, strike down my firstborn child.
He's gonna strike down his firstborn. What the fuck is he talking about? Dude!
Raise up the poke damage. I promise you it is the right move. I swear to God. I swear on everything I love. Strike down my firstborn child if I have one. It is definitely the right move. I swear it.
How the hell do you even say that over a video game? It's a video game, man! Guy's talking about striking down his firstborn child. Jesus Christ.
But alas,
it's
too late for that now.
Okay, we're getting to Gears E-Day now.
We are stuck with this game. And I know this seems like a hate video. I promise it's not. Gears of War E-Day is actually very fun. I rate it PvE. It's like a solid 8. But PvP is still pretty low. And honestly, I was pretty nice. Some people are giving this a 4 and a 2. That's not me. Go yell at them. But I still think all the changes I said in the last video need to happen. If you don't know what changes I'm talking about,
so he
go
wasn't
watch
wrong.
the last video and actually listen to it. That video was reacted to by another Gears YouTuber, Extra Father. And guess what? He actually agreed with a lot more stuff than I thought he would. Yes, we had some disagreements, but I'm okay with disagreements. We don't have to agree on everything. But I do think this...
It sounds like he's about to cry.
Game does need some more work in order for it to thrive entirely, not just in PvE. I want PvP to be good as well. And like I said, I'm cool if they leave quick play exactly as it is. People are really enjoying quick play. Casually, it's very fun. My biggest concern is with ranked. I just want ranked to be more competitive, and I want the balancing to be catered to that. I don't think I'm asking for much here, to be honest with you. I really don't. But as I said before, if the game launches basically how we've played it in the beta, I know they're gonna fix the bugs. I didn't mention any bugs or anything like that because I know they're gonna polish the game. This is strictly about tuning and the core gameplay. If the final product is what we got in the beta second week, I promise not only will competitive players suffer, but so will the casuals. Literally everyone will. I don't do this.
I mean, casuals aren't going to touch ranked anyway. They're just going to play quick play, which you said is perfectly fine. So how are casuals going to suffer? Like, he's contradicting himself. It's an oxymoron.
Don't say that word.
What? What?
I'm done with English GCSE. I don't need to be hearing no oxymoron and all that shit anymore.
Are you an oxymoron?
And don't talk to me about oxymoron. I'm done with that word. I'm done with oxymoron. I'm done with rhombus, oxygons, hexagons, hexabidibidibba. I'm done with it all.
So you are an oxymoron.
I'm gonna smack you.
To separate the community, I do this because I care. I don't even make money.
So Minnie's take on this, you actually liked it, didn't you?
Because of all.
Yeah, you didn't play the PvP mode. You played the PvE.
PvE was pretty right. It kind of reminded me a bit of Remnant. But it was good.
So he said the PvE was good, and I let him play about 3 or 4 games. He was really impressed with it. He said it had like a Remnant vibe to it, which I can see. It kind of has, in terms of like setting, it's very similar. And so, yeah, in terms of PvE, he really enjoyed it. He was going to try the PvP. He didn't get time, and then now the servers are gone, unfortunately. But in terms of PvE, this is his first Gears, by the way, and it's something that he said he wouldn't mind going back to. I showed him the running from the previous Gears and stuff like that, which he didn't really like. He said he preferred the movement in this Gears. So overall, this Gears has appealed to him more than the previous Gears, which is exactly what they wanted. All this because they buffed the Lancer's stopping power in beta. What's wrong with buffing the Lancers, though? I don't understand. Like, why do they want the only weapon in the game to be Nasher? Oh, he's not even watching the vid, Calandros. But me and Minnie are gonna start maybe a series that we're probably looking at, maybe once or twice a week. So we're kind of working out exactly what we want to do, whether it's, playing the latest game for 5-10 hours and then jumping on to talk about it on stream. So that's something that we're looking at doing between him and me once or twice a week. So hopefully you guys will enjoy something like that, or maybe we'll just look at a news topic and jump on together and chat about that with you guys. So look forward to it. Acting like they're not tweaking it. Like, I don't understand what's wrong with the Lancer being tweaked. The Lancer was too weak to begin with. It needed the stopping power. I agree. When I was shooting the NPCs with it, it just felt really kind of lackluster. After the first beta, when we went to the second one, it felt like it had a bit more oomph behind it, and it felt nicer to use. It really feels like these elite PvP players just want the whole game to have a Nasher only, and for everyone to run in and just shoot everyone with Nashers. I'm sure there's, they'll add mod variants in there to allow you to just go in and have PvP rounds with the Nasher only, and, people can shotgun to their heart's content. You see that, Minnie? It's saying father and son reaction to gameplay, to trailers, to games that are released would be awesome.
Yeah, we can do so. Have you seen the thing, actually?
What?
The new Hoyo game coming out.
Annapurna.
Is that what it's called?
Annapurna, something like that, yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
It's alright.
It looks sick as hell. I can't believe Hoyo made that. The people who made Genshin made that.
Stopping powers is each bullet slows the... Oh, I see.
Off of this shit, I'm doing it strictly for the love of the game. The Coalition, if you're listening to this by any chance, I understand your guys' mission. Trust me, I do. To be honest, revert the Lancer, but don't even worry about tuning right away. I know it's what I want. I know it's what a lot of players want. I'm being completely transparent right now. I think you guys should still focus on PvE first and content as a whole, but later on down the line, a few months in, please work on the tuning. You don't have to use my list. Plenty of creators have made good lists. Kenny Bounce is one of them, which is please tune ranked to be more competitive friendly is all I ask. I really do hope that Gears of War E-Day succeeds. I hope that it does so well that we're able to get more gears later on.
I still don't understand. What's the problem with the ranked mode on Gears?
Ranked mode on anything, there's always something wrong with that.
Like, I don't understand. What's the actual problem?
It's ranked.
No, this is normal, unfortunately. It was 10 minutes, so I kind of left it at normal. Like, I thought making more weapons viable is a good thing. Why does he want the Lancer to be useless? I don't get it. Like, I don't understand that.
Nor have I ever had malicious intent within recent times. Maybe back then a little, but I was a lot younger. Now I just want to have fun when I get off of work. Side note, I don't like when people use that excuse for not being good at the game. I have a job too. I have a girlfriend. I take care of 2 old ladies who are unable to freaking do anything. So damn near children and their dogs. I'm still good at video games. No excuses. Get good. Please just make the game good and enjoyable for everyone. I know it's hard. I know it's extremely difficult, near impossible even, but I really do believe in this new development team, and I hope they are able to pull it off. And I really do hope I do not regret not taking away my $100 pre-order. I'm only doing it because I already got the vacation time approved, and I want to see that campaign and the siege maps. But yeah, I'll see you guys on E-Day's official release.
I don't know, man. This seemed like a complete bitch fest for no reason. All I took from this video is they're not making the game for me. Wah! That's it. That's what I'm seeing. That is exactly what I'm seeing here. Yeah, he wants Nashus to be the only meta, which, you know, is silly. He is very emotional, and for what reason? Have a good night, dude. Me too. I also noticed that the Spear Lancer, I think it has a slower fire rate, but it does hit harder compared to the Chainsaw Lancer, the prototype. I'm not sure if that's a bug or by design. But yeah, man. Oh, the Retro Lance was always like that? Yeah, like I said, it's been a long time. Spear Lance is filthy casual. I mean, it's a bayonet spear, whatever, man. It's midnight over here, Devastator. I'm going to have to call it a night here. Unfortunately. It is midnight. But everyone, I hope you've enjoyed the stream. And I hope you've had some fun tonight. We've had some great discussions. And I may look at that Sega video and do a react on it myself separately. It is going to be a long one though. Way over an hour. But yeah, I hope you've had a great time tonight. And hopefully I will see you tomorrow over at Twitch. And if not, I will see you in a video sometime. Well, you'll see me. Or I'll see you here on Thursday. Anyway, folks, that is it from me tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the memberships and super chats. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you either tomorrow or on Thursday. Peace out, folks. And remain legend. Have a good night.